Hi, welcome to this episode of National Shelf Service. My name is Emily and I work for Hertfordshire Library Service. I worked for many years as a young people's librarian before moving into prison libraries. And the thing that I've loved about both of those jobs is recommending books to people. So I am really pleased to be here recommending a book to you today. The book that I have chosen has a really wide reach. For independent readers, it's probably best for children about 8 to 12, 13 years old, but you can definitely read it until you're 104. It has some interest for younger children, so it's maybe one you could read aloud or share with children kind of 5, 6 or 7. It's got very short, choppy chapters with illustrations, so it's really good for somebody who likes to read in short bursts or who likes their story to kind of move on quite quickly. And the book that I would like to recommend to you is Matilda by Roald Dahl and illustrated by Quentin Blake. Now you're perhaps thinking this isn't a very modern recommended read. This book's been around for a while, and if you haven't read it, you've probably heard of it. But the reason that I wanted to go back to this book is it's got a really lovely message for the times that we find ourselves in. So while all our libraries are closed and while we can't get into school so much, this book really reminds us just how important reading and our imaginations are to our well-being. So Matilda, our main character, she uses books to escape from some of the more difficult and tricky things in her life. And within the books, she finds her friends and she goes on adventures and she travels all around the world. So that's one of the main reasons that I really wanted us to go back to this book. I won't tell you too much about what happens in the book, but essentially it's all about this young character, Matilda, who is something of a genius. And some of the adults in her life don't value her as much and they underestimate her. And it's really a book about what can happen if you underestimate a young girl. Three kind of words that I would use to describe this book. The first is that it has the theme of courage. Courage is one of them. Courage to be yourself and be true to yourself. Another word I would use is mischief. There is a lot of mischief and magic in this book. Number 3 is family. There's kind of a theme running throughout this book of what it really means to be a family. And that family doesn't always have to look like we imagine it's going to. And I think that's one of the things that I loved most about this book. You probably don't need me to tell you that Roald Dahl is a fantastic author. I thought I would tell you some of the awards that he's won to try and convince you that he's definitely a good recommended read. But when I looked them up, there was quite a few, so I don't have time to go through them all, but trust me, he is an award-winning author and he's written an awful lot of books aimed at different age ranges, from kind of picture books in The Enormous Crocodile right through to adult short stories, and so he's really an author that's worth looking up. So do check out Roald Dahl on your library's online services. A lot of them have Roald Dahl as an ebook. With Hertfordshire Libraries, we have it on our borrow box. If you check out your local library, there's bound to be something there by Roald Dahl, and he is one that I absolutely recommend and go back to time and time and time again. So I do hope you'll enjoy discovering for the first time or rediscovering some Roald Dahl. And please tune in next time to National Shelf Service, where we've got lots of other librarians who are going to be sharing with you some of their favourite books. Take care, stay safe and look after yourselves. Bye for now.